Hey guys, it's Zeta, and I'm here with my Mayakashi deck that I just played at my locals and went 3-1. So first I fought against Labyrinth. I kind of countered Labyrinth with the new trap Mayakashi got. Then I played against Dracoslayers. I lost that one because I won the first one immediately. Then I lost the second one immediately because I didn't draw any going second cards. For my third matchup against Dracoslayers, I was trying to get my combo off, and then he gammed me, and then during his turn he evenly me. So kind of sucked, and we didn't have any of the trap to use. So for the third matchup, I went against a Mayakashi mirror because someone else brought Mayakashi to locals, and I won that one just because I think my Mayakashi deck was better than his. And then finally, I went against Byssted Despia. That one was pretty nutty. He didn't know anything about the Mayakashi card, so I kind of just easy wiped, and he was just mauling the whole time, so it was pretty funny. So for our first monster, it's going to be 3 Daki, the Graceful Mayakashi. Basically, what she does is when the Mayakashi is special summoned from the extra deck, she can bring herself back from the graveyard to the field. It's not once per turn, so you'll be using her effect a lot. There's also a neat thing where if you have 2 in the graveyard, you can activate both. So in case someone DD Crows 1, the other one will just come back. So she's the best card in the deck. So you kind of just run the other cards to kind of get to her. You have a lot of searchers in this deck. So next is the Ice Mayakashi, Yuki Musume. So basically, she can special summon herself from the graveyard or a hand if you have another Mayakashi besides her on the field. And when she special summons herself in the same special summon, she can dump a zombie from deck to grave. It's pretty good. It's you can dump Glow Up, you can dump Necroworld Banshee, you can dump Doom King, you can dump kind of just anything. You can dump a Daki if you need one. There's just a lot of targets you have in this deck, so she's really good. I run her at 3 because if you see her in your hand, it's pretty good. I don't think she's really that much of a brick too much in the version we're running. So next we have 3 Hajun, the Wing Mayakashi. Basically, if you normal or special summon him, he can special summon a Mayakashi from the deck. It's weak to Ash, so it's kind of a trade-off. So if you normal summon and then they Ash or they negate him, it's kind of like GG. He's not a bad card, but he's not the best card. But if you can get his effect off, it's insane. So it just gets you a free Daki, which then gets you into your free synchros and your link. So it's just a 1-card combo that is susceptible to hand traps. But right now, because the tier limits is Shizu, I feel like not too many people are playing Ash. I think a lot of Ghost Spell and DD Crow right now. So it's good for Hajun, but DD Crow kind of hurts this deck. So for a 1 of zombies, we're going to run a Doom King, a Jacobulin, and then a Glow Up. So Glow Up, when it's sent to grave, when it hits the grave, you can banish it, and then add a level 5 or higher zombie monster from your deck to hand. And if you have Zombie World on the field, you can special summon that monster instead. Even if we have Zombie World, I usually use its hand effect so we can add Jacobulin to discard. So in case you draw like Doom King, send Glow Up banish, add Jack to hand, Jack effect, send Doom King to grave, Jack special summon himself. You could put Zombie World on the field and then you can get your Doom King during the standby of your opponent's turn. It's a pretty good combo. Jacobulin's really good for just declogging your hand. Doom King, he's just the generic zombie boss that's really good. Free banish, free negate. If a zombie monster activates an effect and we put Zombie World, so it makes everything zombie. And then Glow Up's just your best Ice Mayakashi target, besides Necro Banshee. So for the hand traps, we have 3 Agul Mazara. So this is like tech, this is some spice. It's pretty good. So what Agul does is if a zombie card gets destroyed by battle card effect, you can actually banish him from your hand or graveyard, which is really good because we're going to be putting in the graveyard. It negates the destruction, and then if he's banished, he can special summon himself to the field, and then if you want to, you can lower his level by 1, which is perfect for Daki, because this instantly gets you to your level 9, which is your Yoko. So he's good. It's just protection, and he sets you up for your turn after. It's really good. Next, we run 2 Effect Veiler for our Small World Bridge. Also, Effect Veiler is really good right now for like Effect Veiling kits, Tilamet Kikalos, and it's just really good in general. And then we run 2 Infinite Impermanents. A, it's a good hand trap, and B, we run Trap Trick in this deck. So if you grab your new trap, the new Mayakashi trap, Ghost meets Girl Saga, and then a Trap Trick, allows your Trap Trick to actually get value from your Imperm. So it's just really good. We're going to run our Zombie World engine. So it's going to be 1 Terraforming, 3 Zombie World, and then Necro Banshee. We run 1 of her. This stops tier limits. It's just really good. It stops a lot of decks, actually. Zombie World is just a really powerful field spell. Next, we're going to run 3 Mayakashi Return, the best searcher in the deck. It searches for any Mayakashi card in the deck. So you can grab your Daki, you can grab your Hajun, you can grab your Ice Mayakashi, you can grab the new Trap. If you have this and you're missing one part of your Mayakashi combo, it's just basically a copy of any Mayakashi card in the deck. It's really good. And it's also good Ash bait, because a lot of people Ash it and then you can just go into full combo. Next, we run 3 Small World. A ghoul is really good for Small World. Basically, if you banish a ghoul from your deck using Small World, you can grab any zombie in your deck, basically. We run a lot of 1-card starters, so Small World's always good. So we can Small World into Daki, we can Small World into Hajun, Small World into the Ice Mayakashi Lolly, Small World technically into Dracobulin if you wanted to. It doesn't come up too much, but it's definitely an option. Small World is just really good. Next, we're going to run our 1-ofs. So 1 day apiece, Upstart Goblin, 1-for-1, and then Foolish. So 1 day apiece in Upstart because we can't actually run any of the pots. You don't want to run Avarice because you want zombies in the grave. We can't run Extravagance because we need all our extra deck. We can't run Prosperity because we need all our extra deck. And you can't run Duality, of course, because you special summon a lot. So these are our 2 main draw cards. I was thinking of running Triple Tactics, but at the same time, if you can't activate Triple Tactics on your own turn, it kind of just dies. So I feel like these 2 are the best. 1 day apiece because we can recover so easily in this deck. So even if they board wipe us, they can't kill us. And then we just come back stronger. And then Upstart because, okay, they get 1,000 life, but they die next turn. So 1-for-1 because our deck, Hajun and the Ice Mayakashi are both level 1s. So we just have instant targets for 1-for-1. And also it's a zombie deck, so we want cards in the grave. So 1-for-1's insane. You need it. And then Foolish Barrel because we're playing a zombie deck. I don't think Foolish Barrel is actually that insane. Like every time I grab it, it's okay. But I mean, it's still good no matter what. So, and then for the traps, finally, we have 3 Trap Trick and then 3 Ghost Meet Girl Saga. So we run 3 Trap Trick because no matter what, on your first turn, you always want to end on this trap. So that's why we run 9 copies. This, 3 Trap Trick, 3 Ghost Meet Girl Saga, and then 3 Mayakashi Return. You just always want to end up on this. If you end on this, it's just a win. So Ghost Meet Girl Saga, what it does is you tribute a Mayakashi or a Shiranami Link. And what it does is neither player, so you or your opponent, can special summon from the extra deck, the normal deck, or you're from your hand that turn. And basically, all our interruptions from the grave, so we only use the grave, so it doesn't affect us, but it just stops like 90% of decks in Yu-Gi-Oh! Yeah, it's just insane. It's literally one of the best traps in the game, if not the best trap. So you want to run it, and you'll always end on a board either of 1 or 2 links. So most of the time it's going to be 2 links. And you end on your level link 4, which stops your opponent from using banished effects. So basically, you stop everything but the grave for your opponent if you do the combo, which is pretty basic and not hard to do. So for the extra deck, we're running 2 Obro, the Synchro 3, 2 Poison Mayakashi, the Synchro 5. We're running 2 Tengu, the Synchro 7. We're running 2 Yoko, the Synchro 9. And then we're going to run, in this version, we're running 2 of the Skeletal Mayakashi, the Synchro 11. I'm deciding on whether to make this a 1-of, so only 1 Skeletal and then 2 of the Link 4, or if I want to keep this at 2 of this and then 1 of the Link 4. I think either is good. I'm just debating it right now. Next, we're going to links, so we're going to run 2 Yuki-Onna, the Ice Mayakashi. This is just a link 2 that you make that helps you with climbing. When she's special summoned, you can negate a monster when she's special summoned, so it's not like insane, but like if you're going turn 2, you definitely can see use. If you're going turn 1, it's just link material. So next we're going to Yuki-Onna, the Icicle Mayakashi, the new link 3. This is insane. So when she's also special summoned, you can negate a card. And the important part about Icicle Mayakashi is her graveyard effect. You can banish her as a quick effect, and then special summon a zombie synchro from your graveyard, which gonna get you your Yoko or your Tengu. Your Tengu's a spell pop trap when revived from grave, and your Yoko is a monster pop when revived from grave. Or you can revive your Skeletal Mayakashi, which will make it immune to card effects for that remaining turn. And then we're going to run 1 of the Link 4, the Yoko-Onna, the Absolute Zero Mayakashi. Whenever a monster uses an effect in the graveyard, or when a monster is special summoned from the graveyard, Yuki-Onna can negate a monster on the field twice. She can do it twice per turn. And then while she's on the field, it's a passive.
any of your opponent's banished monsters are negated. So not even your own. So if she's on the field and then you glow up, banish glow up for cost, your glow up does not get negated because it's yours. So this stops like flungeries. It's pretty good. It's really good actually. Can do so. I just shuffle the deck and now we'll draw 5 cards. So first we draw Daki, then we'll draw Draco, Doom King, Ice Mayakashi, and then Mayakashi Return. So this is full combo. This does everything we want to do in the deck. It's a little long combo, so I'll try to make it short. So first of all, we would Mayakashi Return, and then we'll search for our missing piece, which would be the trap. So we grab Ghost Meets Girl Saga, and then what we do is we would normal summon Daki, and then on normal summon, we would use Yuki Musume effect to special summon herself. And the dump is the same effect as a special summon. So we dump Necroworld Banshee. Necroworld Banshee effect, we banish her. And then we grab a Zombie World from the deck and activate it. So then we do that. And then we do the funny part in Mayakashi where we just synchro climb. So we would use these two into synchro 3, which would be him. And then we would activate Daki effect to special summon herself from the graveyard in defense. And then we would go for the Synchro 5. And then we would use Daki again, special summon Daki in defense. We would then Synchro again into Tengu. And then you get the point. Basically, you just Synchro climb in this deck. So then we would go into 9. And then eventually we would just end up on 11 with a Daki on the field too. So that's what we first do. And then we will grab our Link 2 and Link 2, Daki effect. And then we would go into our Link 3. And then we would end on our Link 4. So the Link 2 and 3 will go in the grave, and then Daki will special summon herself. Daki special summon effect from the grave. And then we'll use Icicle Mayakashi's effect to banish herself to special summon a zombie synchro from the graveyard. For this, the only one that actually does anything would be Poisonous, which is a mill 3, but right now there's a lot of tier elements, so I'd rather not mill 3. So I would rather just summon the 11, and then 11 effect activate. It's unaffected by card effects. And then we go into the Link 2 again. And then we go into the Link 3. And we do this because we want to end on our 4 and then something for the trap. And then we want to special summon Daki from the grave again. And then we'll use Jackalbull's effect to discard Doom King. And then Jackalbull special summon. And then we set the trap. And then we pass. And then on their draw, we would activate Ghost Meets Girl Saga, tribute a Yuki Ono for cost. And then what happens is your opponent for the rest of the turn, neither of you actually can special summon from the deck, the hand, or the extra deck, but we don't care about that. And then on standby, we would activate Doom King's effect from the graveyard, and then special summon itself in defense. So we have Zombie World, Doom King negate and banish. 2 negates if anything is special summoned or an effect is activated in the graveyard, which we can do for ourselves. So that's a double negate, so 3 negates. Then we have Jackalbullin and our level 3 Ice Mayakashi. Yuki Ono can special summon one of your synchros, and then Jacko can either special summon a synchro, because that's all you have in your grave, or you can use Jacko's effect to steal from your opponent's grave since they're all zombies because of Zombie World. And then for our follow-up, on our next turn, we could use Ghost Meets Girl effect in the grave, banish it, and then send our Icicle Mayakashi that we banish back to the grave and then use her effect again. So basically, we can end on this. If they can't do anything on their turn, basically we just Ice Mayakashi at the end of their turn, summon our 3000 beat stick, and then we can just make our 3000 beat stick with Daki and then Jacko, make it into a 9 for Yoko, and then Daki and Yoko into another 3,300 beat stick. So that would be 6,600 plus the 2,900 plus the 2,800, and then we can just summon more synchros. So basically you have a guaranteed OTK next turn, and we have a board that basically just can't be played through. It's really too difficult. And if you want to, you could always side Rivalry. So when they special summon a monster, or when they do summon a monster in general, flip Rivalry, and then they just get locked out because of Zombie World Rivalry combo. So I just wanted to show you the power of Small World. So I just drew a hand. It kind of looks bad, but still playable. It actually can do everything we wanted to in this deck. So I just want to show you how Small World is actually super good in this deck. So every card in this deck is a zombie, basically, besides Effect Failure. But Effect Failure is purposely not a zombie. It's just a level 1 that we can access. What we would do is we would activate Small World, and then we would reveal Doom King in our hand, which is a zombie, and then we would grab something of a similar type. So we would show a Ghoul in deck because it's a zombie, and and then we would grab a card from our deck that only shows that shares one attribute with a Ghoul. So that's gonna let you grab basically any zombie, but we're gonna grab Yuki Musume from our deck, and then these two get banished. And then basically what we have is we have full combo, Infinite Imperm, and then Trap Trick, which can banish a Saga from deck and then activate the Saga. So this is just full combo right here. We make the synchros. Ice Yusume would send Necro Banshee to the grave. Necro Banshee effect, grab Zombie World, and you would literally just have everything. So as long as you draw a Mayakashi piece, usually you'll be good. 2 is better. Trap Trick is basically a Mayakashi piece just because it's a free Saga. Small World just lets you grab any Mayakashi in your deck, kind of. Yeah, basically just any Mayakashi, because you just banish a Ghoul from your deck and then you have access to every Mayakashi. So basically, I just want to show this combo just to show that Small World's really good, and it just gets you the 1-card starters that you need in your deck. Hopefully you enjoyed the deck profile. It did go 3-1. I feel like it's really good right now. I've never lost a matchup against Tears Ishizu, just if that is any declaration of how good the deck is. I feel like this counters most decks in the game, just because the trap is so broken. So that's kind of it. Zombie World, zombies in general are just generic, and they're really good against the meta right now, because Tears can't do anything at Zombie World. I think that's about it. Have a good day, guys. Bye.